Welcome, beautiful people. This is Coaching with Mr. Adam, and today is Friday Transformation. You heard it, Friday Transformation. We want you to transform before you kick it on the weekend and relax and have some self-care moments. But yet again, I have Miss Tynnetta in the house. And I asked Miss Tynnetta to come today for Friday Transformation. And we have a topic, as usual. There's always going to be a topic. And this topic today that resonated with the both of us really is the power of self-belief. I'll say it one more time. The power of self-belief. This conversation is all about tangible resources at the end. But really what I want is Tynnetta to come in and bless us with the gems again. She did it last Monday for our Monday motivation. Today, power of self-belief. Tynnetta, what you got for us? Come
Oh,
on.
I got a story for y'all. I got a story for y'all. So for anybody who has ever tasted my catered food from Tynnetta Sells Healthy Eats, I'm gonna tell you right now, I was the most scared person to even step out on faith and believe in myself that I could have a catering business. So this is the power of self-belief. When you really internalizing believing in yourself, you start to attract people who want to actually help you and fulfill that dream. So here's the story, you all. I never thought that I would be able to have staff, number one, and be able to cater to events of 100, 200, 300 people. So I actually had an event that was up to 300 people. And I was like, how am I going to do this? And I was like, you know what, Tanetta? If God put this in my lap, somebody's going to be able to help me. So I
That's right.
reached out to a few networks. I said, can someone please help me? I will pay you. And I got like 7 or 8 responses. And when I
Mm-hmm.
got to the event, I got even more help from the people there. And I tell you, I was like, Lord, I was like, please somebody help me. It's so much food. So what ended up happening was it was a whole dinner. They had servers and people carrying stuff, and I had helpers from the beginning to the end because I believed in myself. Because I promise you, if I had any doubt at that moment, it would have made it that much harder. And after that, somebody referred me, which I don't know who, to cater for the Cleveland Cavaliers, and
Hey.
and I never thought that would happen either. And when I got to the stadium, the fire marshal allowed me to cook at the stadium's kitchen. And that was something that I can give a testimonial to because I was scared in the beginning. And I mean, that was just a small thing about believing in yourself. But when you do believe in yourself, you start to draw in the energy of those who want to actually help you. And it's a big part of your faith is actually standing firm in your belief and putting the best effort forward.
Yeah. And cooking for 300 people ain't easy.
It's
That is not
hard.
an easy task.
It's not.
But it speaks to the powerful human being you are, Miss Tanetta, right? In the sense of like, right, we work in a space of hard work and healing folks, and power of self-belief resonates in all of us. Sometimes it's hidden within surfaces that we have within us, right? Like we sometimes we push it down. What I'm hearing from you is you stepped out. You went on a diving board. And the thing about this diving board, when you look down, there was no water in the pool.
No,
And there was no audience to watch you fail.
no.
But you still took that dive. You still said,
Yeah.
I'm going to go do it. There was something in that pool. It wasn't water, but there was something in it that called you to it, right? And it sounds like as you went through that kind of navigation of finding that for yourself, you also learned that the importance of community coming out to support you,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because sometimes I think we get so stuck in like the individual aspect of
Mm-hmm.
self-belief that we forget that it takes a community sometimes to instill that in us and develop it, right? So in saying that, what do we do when we're like in that space of knowing that we have great community and we have the vision, the thoughts, all the great components to make this happen, but the missing factor is that belief to say,
Right.
I can do it. I can do it. Even if I fail, I can do it, right? I guess, how does someone get past that space?
It's at a point where if one person believe in you, which is has even if you don't have it in yourself, if one person believe in you, which I did not believe that I could
Mm.
even start a food business, I'm gonna tell you right now, I didn't think someone would buy my food. My husband told me to stop giving food away because you're
Yeah.
spending too much money. So if it's something that you're doing already, if you're already doing it like for free out of the kindness of your heart, and someone is appreciating their services or product, somebody will actually pay for it. or somebody will actually give you the time of day for you to even bloom, because it could be you speaking to somebody, it could be for you, it could be you cooking for someone, it could be providing whatever product, and you already doing it already and you have it in your mind. If one person says, oh my God, I wish you can sell this, you think to
Mhm.
yourself, maybe I can.
Yeah.
All it takes is that one person. And if one
Hmm.
person is able to get value from that, then there's so many more people who can get value from whatever you have to provide. So I mean, it just took that one person and say, Tynnetta, just try it. And I'm like, you know what, forget it. I just went online, hey, I'm gonna try this out. If anybody wants to be a part of it, let me know. And
Yeah.
just like that, it was like you take one step towards whatever you have a belief for. I promise you, more people will come in that direction, especially if you are actively reaching for help. I got a coach, I got a mentor, and they actually helped me work out the kinks, and that helped me go further.
Yeah. And you said something golden there, Tynnetta. You mentioned about like, because sometimes when we create these opportunities for ourselves and we step out on that diving board, our hope, because it's a natural thing in human beings, is to be optimistic. It's going to happen, right? Like I can see it happen. And even if you're a great visualizer, sometimes that visual might not fully connect to reality because it just takes time to manifest some things. But the golden nugget you said there was like, instead of, a lot of times folks who create a business rely on the person who bought something from you or asked for a service or paid for a service. And the result in that, you're like, yes, I'm official now. But what you're saying is you became official just off of cooking a plate for someone who's like neighbor or something like that. It didn't matter
Right.
whether they bought the services. It was the acknowledgement. It was their admiration of your services, even in that just individual friendship capacity,
Hmm.
that inspired them to say that, which really inspired you to say, yeah, I got one person who really loves my food.
Yes.
I can do this, right? And that is not easy because, right, when it comes to food, um, one perception is hard to run off of. So what fueled your fire? What, besides that one person, and you knew that
Oh,
you could cook. What was the
oh,
what was the bigger fuel for Tynnetta Muhammad in all that movement?
the bigger the fuel for me was understanding that I need to take my foot out of my own way and
Mhm.
know that everybody will not accept me. That's something you have to just know. Because if you think that you are for everybody, you actually are for no one. And that's hard. It's hard to understand when you first are into commerce and you're selling anything. There are certain groups that will just love you. And that's who you're gonna be, that's who you're gonna be for. And that is okay. Like I know that my happiness, I may not vibe with everybody because I'm really bubbly. But
Mhm.
for those who like me, thank God. For those who may want to stray away from me, I'm okay with that. You have to almost accept the fact that you are for certain people and you're not for everybody. And that helped me
Mhm.
along the way because I have a certain model and ideology of what I want to do in my life, and that's okay. So the quicker you understand that, it's like you have more self-belief in your own self because you know that, okay, I
Mhm.
believe in myself. And I know that whoever I'm able to attract, I'm grateful for it. I'm just grateful.
That's a gem. That's a gem, Tanetta. And I hope if y'all seeing this, that you press rewind and listen to what Tanetta just said. There was some great thoughts in that. We're down to our last minute here, minute and a half, Miss Tanetta, for our Friday transformation. And this is our first one. So thank you for joining me today on the first one that we're doing. But I
Yes.
guess for the 1-2 punch as we end this, what is the 1-2 punch for you on the power of self belief that you can share with our listeners, the people who are checking out this video?
The 1-2 punch for self-belief is coming to terms with who you truly are, being your authentic self. And when you realize being your authentic self is enough, that is when you're like, you really begin to hone in on what your purpose is. So I guess that's number one. And when you hone it in on your authentic self, that's when you begin to know, okay, you start to see the attraction power that you truly have. And just to embrace it, embrace that attraction power. Don't repel, help, always accept it because every time someone is coming to you to assist, that gives you more power to help someone else.
Love it. Love it. Miss Tynnetta, it's been a pleasure to do this Friday transformation. My people, if you took this in, I hope that you have a safe weekend. I hope that you have a thoughtful weekend. Please take some time for yourself. As much as I want you to kick it and relax and have fun and do all those great things, spend some time with people who truly love you. But also spend some time with yourself. And I mean that wholeheartedly. So in this full transformation, we will see you next Friday. Thank you for your time. Big ups to Miss Tynnetta for supporting this one. And we will see you next Friday for the next round. Peace.